So alternative breaks, it's definitely the point of it is obviously direct service, but on top of that, sort of providing education so that people who are doing service work kind of know what it means to do ethical volunteering and sort of more how to conduct themselves on a daily basis when addressing the issues that may arise when they're volunteering. But yeah, if I were to sum it up, it's just giving students volunteer opportunities that they otherwise wouldn't have had. So.
Okay, so hi everybody. So purpose of Camp Kesem is basically to provide a week-long summer camp to kids whose parents have been affected by cancer. So their parents either had cancer or currently have it. Kesem isn't like a therapy camp. It's more of just a place for the kids to have fun and kind of just take their mind off, everything that's going on at home. So yeah, it's super fun. And we not only do we have camp in the summer, we also do like year-round things. So we have Friends and Family Day during the fall and the spring. So you get to meet the campers. So that's super fun. And then, of course, we do fundraising because our camp is free. So that's a big part of, that's a big part of, our organization. We do a lot of fundraising with Giving Tuesday and just throughout the year in general. We write like warm and fuzzies and things like that if they're having a hard time. So yeah, it's a super fun organization if you love kids and hate cancer. So yeah.
Hi, I'm Aruj. I'm the Exec Director of the Center for Community Outreach. Amanda's name is also on here because she's my Managing Director and we'll be swapping in a little bit. But the CCO is a large student-run service organization on campus. We tend to have a large service event in the fall called Super Service Saturday, and then a week-long service event in the spring called Into the Streets Week. So a lot of what we do is preparing for the service events and trying to offer different opportunities for people depending on what they're interested in. And then year round trying to provide now online and also in-person events or just like recurring volunteer opportunities for people who want to stay connected to service during their time at KU.
But the general gist of the big event is hosting one big event in the spring that's a non-needs-based service opportunity. So community members from across Lawrence can sign up to have KU students help them with things with yard work, and then some community organizations will ask for assistance as well.
So GILA is similar to CCO and alternative breaks. We provide service opportunities for our volunteers by also making sure we're informing them about, what ethical service is, and making sure we're focusing kind of locally. Prior to HEAL, it was kind of more of a organization where they provided service trips once a year. And we noticed that wasn't really providing, long-term effects to our community. So based on, doing, service opportunities locally is mainly what HEAL KU focuses on. So yeah, it's a great organization. We'll also do like discussion groups during our meetings. So we'll talk about, social justice topics like mental health advocacy. We talked about voter suppression this past fall, things like that. So
LeadUp is a really actually probably one of the most specific service organizations at this point at KU. They work with a very specific group of students in the Kansas City, Kansas area, middle school, high school students, and their work really revolves around mentoring, tutoring, after school programs, and really focused on kiddos in that area that have marginalized identities. So ensuring that these students are feeling confident in their academic and their social life and have all the tools that they need to potentially go to college if that's a decision that they decide to make. Nonprofit Service Club is also really new on campus, actually, just in its first year. And they're very specific right now with business students and working with business students to get them set up with long-term volunteer opportunities with community organizations. So this year they were kind of piloting with Habitat for Humanity and getting these business students experience in marketing or accounting within a nonprofit setting. So really taking the skills that they're learning in the classroom and putting that into practice for the good of the community, kind of in a different way than what we usually think of as volunteering.
So Student Senate broadly tries to make sure we can fund and advance student rights on campuses, as well as advancing those rights. We also do a lot of funding of different groups, and we try to make sure various groups like organizations here are able to get funding for events. And so if you guys have events you have planned, please ask us for funding because we, I'm sure, have a lot.
So the Student Legislative Action Committee is a subcommittee of the Senate, and we work on organizing, advocacy, and lobbying led by students on issues that are impacting students in government. So, this is a really busy time of year for us because we're working on legislation that's in the state legislature currently, as well as trying to educate KU students around that, just because education, political education is super important to helping folks navigate the process. In order for them to advocate and work on their own behalf, they have to first know that the issue is being talked about. And so that's something that SLAC is really passionate about, or focused on, is education, but also getting students involved in the political process and building those skills, so that way throughout the rest of their life, they can have those experiences that they can rely on, they can touch back on, and advocate for themselves and for people in their community.
So Student United Way, we're a service organization in our second year on KU's campus. We are the student affiliate to the United Way of Douglas County, which is, most of you probably know them or have done work with them or seen their name. So we're the direct student affiliate of them. Our purpose is to give and advocate and volunteer on behalf of the students. We do that in a few different focus areas. So we like to focus in the areas of financial stability, health, and education. So our projects vary. Last semester, we took on a couple of different projects than what our year before was. But we really just like to be able to give back to our students in the best way that we can and educate them and advocate for them in the best ways that we can. But we also like to do that while bridging the gap between our campus and the rest of the Lawrence and Douglas County community. So that's our focus.
Rotaract, or Rotaract KU, is a local and global service-based organization, and we work closely with the local Rotary clubs in Lawrence to do our service, whether in town, across the globe. And we also put a lot of importance in networking and professional development of our members as we work closely with the Rotarians in town, which could be like small business owners or people or professors at KU.
For more information about any of the student organizations you saw in this video today, please take a look at this contact information and feel free to let the Center for Service Learning know if you have any questions.